Hey, how you guys doing? It's your boy Beastly, back at it again with another College Football 26. If you guys watched my last video, and don't worry, if you didn't, it will be linked in the description down below of this video. But my last VOD, I showed you about a glitch, a tip or trick, if you will, about how to basically never need the architect tree ever in this game. It's a very simple exploit where you can basically break someone's skill caps to have them have whatever stats you would like. And if you want a specific archetype for abilities, you can change that too. It's a very, very crazy glitch. This has been in the game all year. So if you guys haven't, go watch that video. But this video was inspired by a comment that was left in that video. So shout out to Clayton Hanks. I appreciate you. But as you guys can see, I'll have the comment pulled up on screen right here. The comment more or less says that there's a way of infinitely duping your scouting points when a season starts. And if you pair that with Strategist, you could basically recruit half the class or scout half the class with 0 hours done, because you can just keep duping your hours over and over and over again. And when I saw this, I was like, first of all, shout out to the gatekeeping people who've held this from me all year. I've been playing this game. I have legit 2,000 hours in this game. I've never heard of this, right? Apparently this has been a bug all year. And so this video is going to be me showing you how to do it, how to replicate it, and what to spot for in your online leagues as a commissioner. The general rules I would do to avoid this, and if you aren't doing it in an online league, you can do it in an offline league if you choose to. That's kind of the point of these glitch videos, is to show you that way if you do want to do it, you don't have to, right? The ball's in your court. So as you guys can see, I did boot up a file. I have a generic Dabo coach build, nothing too fancy over here. Just to go ahead and show you, I went ahead and gave him every perk in the strategist category. You don't have to do this glitch with strategist. I just went ahead and maxed out everyone's thing. That way this glitch would make the most sense. Also, shameless plug, I do stream every single day, Monday through Friday, right here on YouTube, whether I'm doing a college football rebuild, a challenge run, or just overall just chopping up, doing some random stuff. Stop by the YouTubes, and then on the weekends, I do stream variety on Twitch. We have Forza Horizon 6 coming up very soon, along with some few other games, so variety content on the Twitch, CFB content on the YouTubes. If you guys do watch streams, you guys would have access to this info days in advance / weeks, so there you go. But as you guys can see, I've already kind of started to mess around with this glitch. We don't have the full 1125 hours. What I was doing over here was I was trying to determine how the game does or doesn't save. So as you guys can see, it did save this. We'll go ahead and scout. We'll scout these three gentlemen: Jason, Kegler, Stardev. We will scout Devin Radway, which is a blank, and we will scout Dion Wicks, which is Stardev. If you leave this screen that I'm currently on, it'll save your hours. So as you can see, we do see their dev traits: Star, Mystery, and Star Dev. All you do to break the game is, if you're on Xbox, close out of the application. I have no idea what it is on PlayStation. I don't play on PlayStation, but with no cuts, no edits, no magic, as you guys will see, I will boot back up into the game. We will magically have our hours refunded, but the dev traits that we had revealed the first time will not change. That is one crazy thing about this glitch. Is all year I've been having a war with the strategist nerds. There have been people who've told me, literally since my first YouTube video, that strategist is the most overpowered perk category in the game, and that I underrate it, this, that, and the third. No, I don't underrate it. The perk's garbage. It's hot garbage. However, I will say this: this glitch is 10 times more better with the strategist perk combos, because while you're infinitely giving yourself hours, you can see dev traits, because dev traits never change. Ignore the fact that the leader of this, the host of this save file, is a Florida coach. That does not matter. It doesn't do anything. But yeah, as you guys can see, we will come back and bam, Jason Kegler is still mystery dev. We have no scouting points. Radaway is mystery dev, and Wicks is mystery dev. We will then rescout them again. And as you will see, he is star again. Radaway is mystery again, and Kegler is in fact star again. So I got my hours back. They are the same dev traits over and over and over. And so what you can do is just scout the entire class. You don't have to, whether you want to fully scout them, partially scout them, it doesn't matter. Just scout the entire class. He's a mystery. Brian Bordeaux's an elite dev. You guys can see. Just scout the entire class. And when you want your hours back, all you do is come back in here and close out the application. And as you will see, bada bing, bada boom, the dev traits will never change. If they were Elite Dev the first time, they will be Elite Dev the second, third, fourth, 15th time you do this. However, the other downside, or it's a downside, but one of the few downsides of this glitch is that I've learned with Strategist, you can sit here and do this over and over. And again, I did this on my stream just for testing purposes. But Mr. Radway will never, ever have his stuff exposed. So the math I found in my video is that you have an approximate 25 to 30% chance to have a dev tray get revealed. When you max stack that with coordinators, you have approximately a 50 to 60% chance of having a dev trait revealed. That is all horseshit. And I can say that straight up because, as you guys will see, I will do Radaway for the third time in this video, and I've done with him specifically in the live stream 12 plus times. So we're approaching 20 plus times total. Radaway will never have his dev trait revealed. As you can see, bam, it's still a mystery, whereas these guys are still star devs, and these guys do not change. So that is how it works. And just to show to you guys that you don't want to leave this page, the moment I click right bumper and go to prospects, in the bottom right corner, it'll say autosave, and then bada bing, bada boom, saving Dynasty. As you can see, it now autosaves. So now when I dashboard out of the application, my hours will not be refunded, and they've been basically burnt. So if you wanted to min-max this cheese, this glitch, this exploit, whatever you want to call it, what you would do is you would have a full stack of Strategist as your OC, DC, and as your head coach. And you would go through a row of 30, 35, 32, whatever the number is, a full row of 30 something every single time, jot down the players who have Elite Dev or Star Dev, and then without leaving that screen, remove everybody off your thing, save quit, and then you can just add more people and then save your hours. So if you do have enough patience and hours at your disposal, you could literally scout your entire class. Or not really the entire class, because, again, the people who are blocked the first time will get blocked the second, third, fourth, 15th time you scout them. So the mystery dev, but that doesn't really matter, because if you scout every 5-star and every 4-star in this class, as you guys can see, it now saved, so my hours were not refunded. But yeah, all we would have to do is to, let's just say we go ahead and do this class. We'll just go ahead and go do this. We'll bada bing, bada boom. We'll just go ahead and scout. After we get the entire class done, all we'll do is go out and dashboard. Okay, he's a mystery. He's a mystery. He's also a mystery. A lot of mysteries coming up. Star Dev, Normal Dev, ew, Elite Dev, nice. So you get your entire class done. You dashboard. You save your hours. Like we've already done plenty of times in this very, very quick video. And I get my little notepad out, write down the names, write down the dev traits, yada, yada, yada. And now that I have the hours saved, all I do is just take them off my board, switch tabs, save my progress, and then rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. So yeah, assuming you get at odds, which is approximately 50 to 60% chance, you are guaranteed, I think, what, 32 or 35 5-star prospects. So assuming you hit bare minimum at odds and you don't go above odds, that is about 16 of your 32 prospects you will see their dev trait with 0 hours used. And then there's about 400 to 500 4-stars every cycle. Again, give or take. And so you could just essentially get half of them. So between 5 stars and 4 stars, you can see the dev traits of almost 300 people. Which is the reason why this is so broken, and why, if you have enough time and patience, you can scout most of your class. And even once when you have like the players where it's like, okay, I know the elite devs, I have the star devs, but I don't have the mystery devs. What you can do is just go scout the mystery devs fully, and if they're a gem, the gem will pop up and you will know, like this guy, for example, Devin, right away, he has no gem, so for him, I wouldn't probably, pursue him, but just partially scout everyone to see their initial dev trait. If the initial dev trait doesn't pop through, then go back and fully scout them and see if you get a gem. If you do get a gem, they have a chance of being impact, elite, or star dev, so it's just nuts. But yeah, let's say that we now have the entire 5 stars scouted, which for this video we don't, but let's just say you already did. You got, again, your pen and paper, you write everything down. Now you will just slowly hold Y to remove everything off your board. Again, you got to be careful, because if you leave this page, it will autosave, and then whatever hours you currently have will get saved. So for this video, there'll be no cuts, no edits, nothing. Don't want to have any funny business, because I always get comments saying, this doesn't work for me, and I'm like, no, it works. I do it on my stream. I do it every day. you just mess something up, go back and rewatch the tips and tricks and the order in which you're supposed to do stuff, because I can already guarantee there's going to be some people who watch this video who try to replicate this for their online Dynasty and whatnot, and it's not going to work because they didn't listen and they swapped pages, the autosave kicked in, and then all their hours were stolen. So yeah, for us, I would optimally want to do this with 1125, but I've already burnt some hours, saving some stuff for you guys for this video. So just pretend like 985 is just 1125 or whatever your cap hours are. So we have everyone removed off the board. We will now click RB. We will now have the board filled back up, and now we will go in, and after we have all the 5-star scouted, let's go ahead and throw all the 4 stars on the board. I'm not going to do that just because it'll make this video way too long. Then we will click back to the board. As you guys can see, bottom right corner, it is auto-saving. Now that the autosave is saved, now we just go in and my game's bricked. Okay, EA, can I scout, or is it going to be my game's bricked? Okay, now we're going to have to back out and go back into the scouting page because this game is made by a small indie dev company, not a billion-dollar corporation. Normal dev, impact dev, mystery, impact. So far, a whole lot of none, random, normal, impact, normal, star, bada bing. So of this batch, Bobby Crumb, a 6'4" physical route runner. Wow, that's a crazy, crazy dev trait for a crazy receiver. It's actually nuts. All we would do to refund our stuff is, again, not leave the page. Don't leave this page, just dashboard. And as you'll see momentarily, we will have the 4 stars back up. Now, just, again, pretend rather than me putting 4 or 10 4 stars on the board, you did a full stack of 35. You scout all 35. You see their dev traits. You write things down, and then you rinse, repeat. You can, literally do this for every 5-star, 4-star, and hell, if you're really that nerdy, right? If you're really that down bad, you can do this for 3 stars. Wouldn't recommend it because a vast majority of 3 stars are impact dev and normal devs, but if you do spend 8 to 12 hours doing this, you could legitimately probably make an entire 32-man class or 35-man class of nothing but elites, which would be crazy. But the amount of time and energy you'd have to sink into doing something like that probably wouldn't make it worth it, straight up. But to each their own, I guess. I will not tell you what to do with your time or energy. You do you. As long as you're not harming anyone or breaking the laws, so be it. But yes, we will load back in. Again, no cuts, no edits, no funny business. We do have our hours refunded, and we do know that Bobby Crumb is an actual really good player, so we would just go ahead and keep him on the board. And just, again, rinse, repeat, remove the players, remove all of them, go back into prospect list. Let's say I want to go and do 3 stars now. Let's say I want to look at the dev traits for every 3-star dual threat quarterback. I can go ahead and just do this. Just start throwing them on the board, and within 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how quick you are, you can go in and where are the 3 stars? There you go. Starting with that Terry Etienne, bam, impact dev, Juco, impact dev. Ooh, Juco's normal, normal, normal. Not really anything too great going on right here. Mystery, mystery, normal, mystery, mystery, and mystery. So, like, got some guys here who may be something, some guys here we can't really guarantee anything, and just to make sure we aren't missing any gems, go ahead and fully scout them, especially the mystery guys. And you're looking for a little green gem, preferably guys you don't have already scouted. And yeah, just dashboard like this, and your hours are refunded. And it's really that simple. So no, I don't think with this exploit of having an infinite number of scouting hours in week 0, I don't think this magically makes Strategist from a garbage tier useless perk to now an S tier perk. Because straight up, if you don't have this exploit in the game, where you have an infinite number of hours, which apparently has been in the game since the beta. So huge shout outs to our GOAT Clayton Hanks for not gatekeeping this info for anymore. I really do wonder how many people did know about this exploit and just have never told me. Because again, I've been playing this game for thousands of hours from the beta, and I've never seen this with my own 2 eyes until today. So hope you guys enjoy this semi-quick video, hopefully shooting for around a 15-minute VOD. But yeah, this is a way of showing you how in an online and or offline Dynasty, how you can have an infinite number of hours done. And yeah, it's pretty dumb. Not pretty, it's very dumb, because the moment you have an infinite number of hours, you can, even if you don't have Strategist, the fact that you can just specifically go green gem hunting with an infinite number of hours is already insane. And specifically, even if you weren't going for green gem hunting or for dev trait reveals, you could straight up just go look at all of the digits and numbers that they have and use my scouting cheat sheet in my Discord and, generally gauge, hey, this QB has 96 throw power. He's not revealed to me and he's not a gem, but more than likely he's an elite dev prospect. I'm going to go pursue him and stuff like that. So regardless of what metric you use, whether you use the dev trait reveal, you use the gem, or use my recruiting numbers, the odds of you finding good players with very minimum effort is kind of insane. But that's going to be wrapping it up for the video. And let's go ahead and get into our shout out, shall we? As always, huge shout outs to all you beautiful bastards. I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, afternoon, or day, depending on whatever time you watch my content in the future. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, drop me a follow or sub on Twitch. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you can, please become a member. Members support the channel a ton. You get early access to all my content, whether we're talking hours early, days early, weeks early, or months early, like was throughout the beginning of January / the end of December. You guys, all the members, got a whole month worth of videos. So if you guys can, please become a membership. It does support the channel a ton, along with getting perks in live streams and Discords at the whim. So I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the members on screen right here. I appreciate y'all. And an extra big shout out to William and Carver. Those guys have donoed a ton recently. They have been the single reason why I am doing a kicker and punter only rebuild. So I appreciate y'all. We now have a new #1 spot on the leaderboard. So I appreciate you, Carver and William, and everyone else who stops by in the streams. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.